We are in Flanders, South Dakota at the Royal River Casino, and we're talking with Penny Gilley. Yes, and I'm going to tell you folks right now, we've got two ladies that are going to talk, and you probably will not hear me speak another word tonight.
I don't think that's true. You know what? I think that we should show him, and we should both remain silent and let him do the interview himself.
And answer the questions too, right?
You know, I just want to say I am so thrilled. It has been 3 years since I've been here in Flandreau, and this is one of my favorite casinos of all time. I started out here many, many years ago. Actually, I was the very first performer to christen the stage here at Royal River when they built the new casino.
And that was about how many years ago?
Probably about 14 years ago. I mean, I played here like 10 or 11 years straight.
So this is almost like a homecoming to you. You have developed a royalty here. You know, really, or loyalty. I'm saying royalty because this is Royal River Casino.
A lot of people call them fans, but I people call them fans, but I call them friends. And I mean, I have so many friends here that they've come out for year after year after year, and they support. They love traditional country music, and they've just become family to me. And when I left to go to Branson, Missouri, 3 years ago, you know, I didn't know when I'd get a chance to come back. So, but I'm here now, and we're just so excited.
Well, there's a reason you haven't been here for 3 years. You've been very busy the last 3 years, haven't you?
I have. So much has happened. When I left here 3 years ago, I signed a deal with RFD TV, and which is a national television show all across the country. And I ended up going to Branson, Missouri to be in a theater. It used to belong to Ray Stevens. They bought a theater there, and I ended up headlining the Penny Gilley show. Been there 2 years, and in the midst of all that, I had my own television show offer. So we started the television show a year and a half ago, and it's done really, really well. And people are watching us from Florida to California to East to West Coast. It's just
so now. What's the premise of your show? I have not seen it, to be honest. Is it musical or?
It is. It's a lot of glitz, a lot of rhinestones, a lot of great country music. And I'm talking about, when you talking about the real deal earlier, right. It's the real deal.
It's the older. It's when country was country.
That's right. And I was country when it was, you know, cool, like they always talk about. But everything from Patsy Cline to Loretta Lynn. But we also do a lot of fun stuff. A lot of Jerry Lee, Brandy Roberts in my show. Jeff Brand, who is Branson's premier impressionist. He does everything from Elvis to Tom Jones to Conway Twitty and. You know, you just got to see it. You just got to see it.
Now, back a few years ago, you wrote a song for Desert Storm for the soldiers, and I heard that General Schwarzkopf got a hold of that.
He did.
And then what happened?
You know, we just did it as just a gesture to say, hey, guys, hey, girls, thanks for what you're doing. We sent it over to Iraq and the armed forces, started getting letters back, and General Schwarzkopf contacted me, and he said, hey, thanks for this song. He said, you know, it says it all. And he asked me to perform for the homecoming of Desert Storm, which I did, and literally took me around the world for 15 years. 20-something countries, over 300,000.
I was going to say 300,000 air miles.
That's a lot of air miles, but you know, it was absolutely the highlight of my career, and I love the vets, and I just want them to know they haven't been forgotten, and I love you so much, and you know, just got to keep that stuff going. But yeah, I've had a great career. A lot of people, you know, some people will say, Penny Gilley, I've never heard of you. It's because I was off overseas entertaining the troops, or was out entertaining people at the casinos that love country music. And so, but country music has truly been good to me.
Well, it sure has. And you look wonderful, and from what I understand, you are known for your glitzy dressing, and that you're a pretty snazzy dresser.
Yeah, when I was a little girl growing up, of course, you know, I loved Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn, and
didn't we all?
I love the rhinestones, and so does Dwight Yoakam and all those out there today. But I knew when I grew up I would be look like an entertainer. And so I do love my glitz, and that's kind of my trademark. And a lot of the people come out to the shows to see exactly, you know, what I'm going to wear next.
How many different outfits are you going to put on?
I actually have a question first.
Oh.
What do you think of my shirt?
I love your shirt. I love your shirt. It's great.
It could use some rhinestones, don't you think? That it could use some rhinestones up here.
I do the little glitter. We could put a little couple on at the tip there. You know.
This is probably the least blingy I've been on TV. Usually I have some type of sparkles.
Yeah. It's like even when I'm in my blue jeans and running around, I'll have some kind of rhinestones, earrings or something.
Too. Yeah.
That's so.
Something glitterly and girlier.
That's right.
So is your house is it full of glitter and rhinestones that fall off and they're everywhere? Because that's the way my house looks.
Well, really?
Yeah.
You know,
I found a piece of glitter in a very unusual location that I can't disclose this morning.
you catch a few rhinestones occasionally that fall off here and there, whatever. And even I opened up my own restaurant a couple months ago, and it's in Branson, Missouri. It's right in the heart of Branson, right on the strip.
By Walmart.
Across the street from Walmart. Everybody knows where Walmart is. And it's all Louisiana themed. It's Penny Gilley's Louisiana Fixins, and it is doing really, really well. I mean, it's the real deal too. It's we make everything from scratch: gumbos, jambalaya, red beans and rice, po' boys, Bayou burgers. Everybody comes in. They get a Mardi Gras bead. They get to hear a lot of good music in the background. It's got a really good atmosphere, and it's doing really well.
Now, I was reading on your website, and he's heard of it before, something that you make there. What was it?
Turducken.
Turducken is a traditional that we do at Christmas time, and it's like a chicken. It's a duck stuffed into chicken stuffed into a turkey. It is all solid meat, and then you stuff it with your favorite dressing. Your crab meat and your shrimp. Your jambalaya, you stuff it, and it's excellent.
That must feed like 1 million people.
Yeah, it is. And, we have over 8 million people every year that come to Branson. And it's amazing how many of them come in that were from Louisiana or love Louisiana cuisine. So it's going really well.
So when you're not on the stage dazzling and singing your heart out, can we find you in the kitchen cooking?
Absolutely.
You're kidding.
I'm in my restaurant every day. People come in every day and they go, "Oh my word, you're actually here, and you're back there, you're serving it up, or I'm working the register or waiting on them." I love it. It gives me
I bet you get good tips.
I get a lot of tips in. You better stay open and don't go anywhere because we love the food. Oh, gosh. I just want to say, everybody out there watching, South Dakota has been truly my heart. They have been so good to me for so many years. I started coming up here. I was living in Texas at the time, and the band and I started making the long trips up here, and it was so worth it because the people up here they're real, and they love country music, and they've just become our family. So South Dakota, you rock. You've been really good to me and good to country too.
That's awesome. Well, we're so glad that you're back in South Dakota, and we hope you come back soon. You're coming back in August, right?
Yes, and we just found out the other day they had an opening date, and they called me and asked me if I could come in June. So we squeezed, because that is during my off time, so we squeezed June and August in before I have to go back to the theater show. So you can also, I want everybody watching to, that way you can keep up with me. Go to my website, www.pennygilley.com. It's 3 W's.pennygilley.com, and you can always check out my schedule, where I'm going to be, about the theater show in Branson, the restaurant, and all that good stuff.
What time's the TV show on, too, to let people know?
We are on every Friday at 10 o'clock Central, which that would be, what that would be, Eastern, or everybody knows what they are. So
Central.
Yeah, I have to stop and think, but I know it's 8 o'clock, out in California. But every Friday night at 10 o'clock Central, and also on noon on Fridays, 1:30 in the morning on Monday. And this is RFD TV now is in 22 countries. Yeah. Starting this month, so
I had no idea. Wow,
it's huge around here. I know that. Rural communities.
It's major. I mean, they've got great programming that's come back to RFD, like Ralph Emery, Crook and Chase. Marty Stewart has his own television show there now, and so it's some really good programming. And you find out a lot about agriculture and equine and all that kind of stuff too.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Penny. It's been a joy, a pleasure, and we look really forward to watching you tonight.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Come to tell me something you said.